Good morning. It is 11:30, Sunday, April 7th, and we're making another soap. This soap is going to be the Japanese cherry blossom. This is in honor of the Japanese cherry blossoms that are in bloom in Washington, D.C. right now. So we're going to get the show on the road. This is our oils, milks, and this is our oils and our butters. They're already melted. I'm soaping cold. Everything is at room temperature or cooler. My mommy is here, and Crystal's here helping. And this is going to be a great soap. So, in here I'm going to add my sodium lactate. And I've been having I got some beautiful shea butter directly from a manufacturer, and we found out that it is the shea butter that is making all the little teeny tiny bubbles in my soap. So what we've been having to do until we can get it all mixed up and stuff is to kind of spritz it a little bit with some rubbing alcohol to try to cut down on all of the bubbling, because as you can see, just by the little bit of sodium lactate I put in here, it created a lot of bubbles on the top, and they don't go away just by kind of folding it in. So I'm going to give it a spritz to try to get rid of those little teeny tiny bubbles. They must have done something to her. So I had a lot of questions about what are these people capable of. Okay. In here, I have my milks, my clays, my aloe, and all of my goodies. I went to the Vampire Club and in it goes. And we set all of this stuff up last night and covered it all, because I do work with a water discount to try to help cut down on cure time, because some of my soap is actually selling faster than I can get it to cure. So it's actually been working out very well for me. So we're going to give this a little bit of a stir, and we're going to whiz it. I do personally think she's stuck. But the information I get from my elder. The bottom line is I made up some titanium dioxide for this batch earlier, and I do still have some on my stick blender, but that's okay because I'm going to be putting white in the batch anyway. Suppose I ought to plug it in first. We were wrapping some soap earlier, so I needed the plug. All right. My batter does look dark green, and that is because of the shea butter. The shea butter that I got is supposed to be ivory in color, but every single time I order it, I do not get the ivory. I don't know if it's because I am ordering it directly, and they don't understand that when I'm ordering it, I'm ordering the ivory and not the yellow, but they've been sending me the yellow. But it is such beautiful stuff, I kept it, and I'm going to work with it. Okay, and there is no lye in here right now. This is just the milks and the clays and the butters and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to give it another spray to try to cut down on any air bubbles I may have put in here. The story Ray spins about himself and his partner. Okay. Is one of love rituals, horror, and death. For Ransom, the situation becomes more dangerous. I also make my lye ahead of time so that it's all at room temperature. And this is my lye water. And we're going to put this in and see if it blows up on us. That was part of their way of indulging their vampire thirst. Now I'm thinking, Susan Walsh, she's a mystery reporter, and here am I. I'm wondering, where's the vampire partner? Am I being set up? Ram's going to keep her eye open for anyway.
Remains calm, attempting to win his trust.
I just want this emulsified because I want it as thin as possible so I can work with it. Right now there is no fragrance in it, so alrighty. Wrong one, honey. There's a big one back there too, like that I made. Okay. This is my titanium dioxide that I mixed up earlier, right here, wherever the camera is. And instead of throwing that in the dishwasher, I'm going to pour some off into here and mix it up. So that I can get all of it used instead of just a little bit of it used.
Stop looking at wires and boxes in every room. Call 1-800-DIRECT-TV. Young Gazelle is no match for the raw speed of the magnificent sheet. However, outfit of humor and sketches go down to friendships. You never know what might happen. Sketches go to their design.
No. Yep, I got a bunch of bubbles in that. Pour off my other two colors. So into this bucket.
What you all are doing with society in your life is not what I want to do. Pop stars like Marilyn Manson have put this in the real forum.
There's that color, and into this bucket.
The vampire has this elegance about him. He can dress however he wants, and with such a potent and
Goes
raw
that color.
sexuality, he can indulge in a very definite
And then
appearance.
I think I want to add.
The vampire image also
No, that's good. Just leave it like that. And then I'm going to dump this back into here.
Gravitate toward that before they'll gravitate toward what is acceptable, because it makes them feel like outlaws.
I don't know why I put it in this. I wasn't thinking. I've got so many soaps to make that I probably was thinking of another soap that I had to make. But anyway. So there's going to be two other parts. I thought there was only going to be one, because I know they hadn't even completed their quest yet. They didn't even make it to the mountains. The place that they needed to make it to. You know.
Vampires are people who believe that they need to drink blood. In some cases, they drink blood because it gives them psychosexual release. And then you have vampire-like vampires, and those are people who are more driven by the very idea of the vampire, by its sexual potency.
I know this this color is the scent is supposed to discolor, and I'm okay with that. The colors that I picked out should go well with the discoloration, and so it should work out just fine. All right, there's my white. and it discolors to a creamy color, creamy antique kind of color.
I don't know what happened to Susan, but I do know that what Susan's disappearance did to the vampire subculture.
It still looks a little yellowy, don't it? Does it look yellowy to you, Mom?
It's pretty white.
Is
Off-white.
Let me try a little bit more. Maybe I'm not adding enough for the size batch that I have. Stand up there. Because I really want to try to head off the discoloration.
The definitive work, called The Black Veil, is used as reference by everyone from fledgling vampires to writers on the television
That's better?
Initial involvement in the writing was to revise this
Yeah, that's better.
sense of us against them. This sense that we want to keep everyone out.
Alright,
So
we're going to set this aside and work on the other colors.
imperative for secrecy. To change it instead to discretion.
And I think we're going to do the
Talk to in what
red first.
Black Veil lays out in simple terms the appropriate behavior for vampires. Among the laws detailed in the document are rules banning children from vampiric behavior and encouraging civility and
Try to
respect
get that all
for
down in
vampire
there.
elders.
Give that a final
Even feeding on
whiz
the life energy of others
in a few
is
minutes.
that is never taken without consent. That people are not
This is
afraid
going to
of.
be,
Interestingly, the drinking
this
of blood
is,
officially discouraged.
well, we're going to try,
Law one of the veil is no drinking blood.
well, we'll do this one first.
Blood a
This
metaphor
is ruby red mica,
for too dangerous. No drinking blood.
and hopefully it will turn out ruby red. Really, really, really stark red, but I don't know, it looks a little bit mauve-y to me on the spoon.
Vampire tradition. Exactly how
Yeah.
do modern living
And then I have a liquid red oxide. Maybe I should try that first. Because I want it red, 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 red. See, that actually looks like a bricky color. More than it does. I don't know what it is. More bubbles in this thing than anything.
Experts are quick to point out that side vamps are nothing new. History.
Psychic is probably the most common one. The case, for example, of Rasputin.
See, that looks like a
Rasputin
bricky
actually
red.
had a kind of psychic force over the Romanov family. In this case, the wife of the Tsar.
Well, your bubbles might change color with this soap, but makes it kind of fun.
We see them all around us as those
And there's red. It still looks like almost like an adobe red, don't it?
So in many governments, in almost any portraits,
And then in here is going to be my ruby red.
so
Or, yeah.
vampires are among us and in great numbers.
It's going to be the ruby red mica.
Psychic vampires present a serious threat.
And the most dangerous ones are the ones that don't even know they're psychic.
What is up with this thing? My blender is acting up. It's like it's on high, but it's not.
Unless you've experienced it, I don't think I would be able to actually describe it.
I've seen women spontaneously fall into orgasm. I've seen people pass out. I've seen people have seizure-like behavior.
One method of testing the true powers of a psychic vampire is called aura photography. In 1976, psychologists conducted a year-long
put some mauve in here. Or actually, I'm sorry. I think I'm going to put some burgundy oxide in here because I actually wanted it a little darker than that. And I found that it mixes quite well. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Right into the soap. And hopefully I won't get any little color specks. And what they would find would be a nucleus of light around the hand, around the fingertips. That energy that you can measure is this bioelectric charge. What do you think, Mom? A little bit more burgundy or color?
Yeah.
And that's red. Okay. I got an idea for this red to try to make it pop a little bit more. I did this yesterday with something else and it actually did work. So maybe it'll work in here. This is just titanium dioxide. Give it a good squirt to try to brighten that up a little bit. What do you think? Looks a little pinky now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't win for losing. But oh well. What can you do? Darn. I think I might have to get the hubby to look at this. To get to look at my mixer because it's like really screwing up. What do you think? More?
Yeah, that looks so pinkish.
Still looks pinky. Alright, so we're ready to pour it in the mold now. I'm gonna set this aside and pull the mold into our view. And I want it mostly white, like I was saying, so here's our white. So I'm got to mix some of my colorant in. Mom, can you hand me the stuff over there? It's right here. It's just I gotta reach. Yeah. This is Japanese cherry blossom, and this is our fragrance. So I'm gonna put a little in here. And pour about half of it in.
The post of deputy marshal offers a salary of $60 a month, twice what many cowboys earn, and a badge.
And I'm gonna go tamp this down real quick. Make sure we ain't got no bubbles. There we are.
Others paint their buggy rims red to identify.
And I'm giving it a spray without rubbing alcohol.
On the East Coast,
And our next color is going to be burgundy. And I'm just going to scoop it on top after I get everything out of elbow reach here.
Sometimes they were so poor that they would take a tin can, cut out the bottom, and you end up with stock. And that's how ad hoc the whole thing was. They were just kind of making it up.
And like I was telling everybody yesterday, I can't do anything without making a dang mess. So doesn't matter how I do it, it is always a mess. Always.
he has to learn some things the hard way.
I never used to be klutzy or anything like that until I started soaping. And once I started soaping, it's almost like your natural instinct to be neat goes out the door.
He gets distracted. Suddenly, Earth's 6-shooter falls from its holster. Accidentally.
I'm going to try to get this in all the corners and crevices here.
In early model 6-shooters. Before the invention of the 6-shooter in 1836, guns could only shoot one bullet at a time. This revolutionary new pistol has a revolving cylinder with 6 chambers. That allows you to retain the gun
Alright,
just in case
I'm going to
someone
go
tries
on with the
to
next
blow it
color.
It's done like this. A very effective method. Certainly acts as one method of coercing someone to do what you want.
And of course, this is
Wyatt
the,
isn't the first lawman to buffalo.
it was supposed to be red. Now that mica red should be a red color, but it looked like brick to me, like a brick red or a burnt red.
If I shot him, no, they're out of
So
business.
this goes in.
Right from the start, Wyatt does well as a lawman.
Down and perhaps resolve a situation without violence.
Yet within a few years, violence snapped. The first clues surface in Wichita. When Wyatt's not on duty, he hangs out with his brothers,
I saw that. Go wash your hands.
and his younger brother Morgan.
No, I just never showed you touch it.
Oh, I'm trying to keep the handles clean.
The brothers work in saloons and bordellos,
Trying to.
major growth industries of the cowtowns. Their shady dealings spark a fight.
Oh, well, that's okay. I meant to put white in between the two colors, but that's alright. I can put some white in now.
Law.
So,
He's booted out of Wichita for protecting the family name. Of course, his brothers go too.
because it is really behaving itself, which is amazing. I've seen where a lot of soapers are really not posting any videos right now because they too are having issues with the fragrance oils. I think it's because the manufacturers are working and they're working with their recipes, either trying to save money or improve them, one or the other. And that's why things that normally don't happen with some of the fragrance oils that we work with are happening. I think I have some paper towels because these, I'm probably going to have to get some new spatulas. They're really not scraping the sides down like they need to be. Alright, I'm going to tamp this down, and then I'll be back to clean the sides up. Oh, looks polka dotted now from all the air bubbles. See them? See all the little teeny tiny holes? So hopefully, spray some more rubbing alcohol on it, and the next color is going to be white. Hopefully this stuff doesn't get too hard in the mold before I can do the hanger swirl to it. If I can do this, if this will let me do it, because it's not going to go through now.
In small doses, turpentine was used to cure stomach ailments, but too much of it can cause renal failure and even death.
What they would do is they would take a glass like this. This is our pure grain alcohol. This is what comes from making moonshine.
To turn moonshine into rot gut, bartenders add some pretty strange ingredients, like tobacco and burnt sugar.
And normally they would let this sit for a little while as well, because you really wanted the flavors to sort of get
Yeah, I know,
married in
ew.
here with the pure grain alcohol. And then you're going to go ahead and strain this out. And I guess just for
Tobacco,
purposes, I'm going to taste this and
moonshine.
see what it's really tasted like. It's a little harsh, but it's not bad. I think the sugar helps take the edge off a little bit. Although I'm not accustomed to having tobacco in my whiskey.
Cowboys are onto the trick. They test suspect whiskey by putting a flame to it. If the flame turns blue, it's good.
Okay, I'm going to
Yellow is bad.
go smack this one again.
Unfortunately, it's an unreliable test.
That was pretty easy that
So
time.
unlike in the movies, many cowboys avoid straight whiskey and opt for drinks.
Alright, after that loud explosion of popping bubbles, we're going to put more rubbing alcohol in the center.
Has to maintain
Hopefully that
respect
helps.
doesn't come with the badge, as it does
And
for
we're going to do
back east.
One of the other major differences from east to west, and especially from large cities to
red
much smaller
now.
towns in the west, called the Model 1862 Colt Pocket.
Well, that
Police
answers
revolver,
my question.
and it does
What?
just that. It can be
How long does it
concealed
take?
easily in a
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah,
What about
not
a
very
box?
long.
Well,
Sometimes it'll take longer if you're working with like a strictly olive oil recipe. That they don't set up as fast. You can actually spend. We had one that a recipe that I had made that. Oh goodness, I think we had worked with it for like 4 hours before it even decided to that it wanted to even get thick.
Oh, is that with the piping?
Yeah, when we were doing the piping of all of the roses and the flowers that we were doing.
So is it thick enough for
See all the air bubbles just by me doing this?
The holster becomes an icon, part of their identity. To help keep peace in the
They can put white on top of that? Or is it just pink?
I'm going to put a little line of white on top, and then I'm going to put the
They
pink.
passed gun control laws, requiring visiting cowboys to check their guns.
If I didn't have to smack it down so many times, I don't think it would be getting this hard. You know, I don't believe it. Can you pick the soap out of my hair, please?
As was their fashion.
Unreal.
Although he rarely pulls a gun.
Like, somebody had asked me about wearing gloves and stuff. Nope, I don't wear gloves. I could wear a whole suit of armor making soap, and I would get soap somewhere where the armor wasn't touching. So for me, it doesn't matter whether I've got gloves on, face shield, the whole personal protection, quarantine, ozone, whatever you want to call it. I could have the whole getup on, biohazard suit, and I'm telling you, I will have lice somewhere. It'll get somewhere that isn't covered. So, and the time that was it for me. The time that I went to bed after wearing the whole suit of armor type thing, making soap, and going to bed with lye on my ear, and waking up with a big old blister in the morning. I was done. I was done suiting up because I figured by that time, you know, if it's not going to help me by suiting up, then why do it in the first place? It's added precious time that I just don't have time for.
No one seems to question that their other occupations
Yeah.
could raise a conflict of interest. All of them. One village warning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
All right, and here's the pink, or the it's supposed to be ruby red, but looks more like burnt stuff to me. And as you can see, my liner came off again. So I probably will have to do the good old duct tape thing, and that is take a bunch of duct tape and wrap it around the base of my wood mold so that my liners will stick to it. I had to do that to my small one. And I don't even know how this one got any kind of anything on it because nothing really bad has ever happened in this particular mold. I've not had any explosions, volcanoes, overheatings, melting oils, nothing. So I don't know where the oil came from, to tell you the truth. But I can tell you this, it is a pain in the behind when your mold, your wrapping paper, doesn't want to stick to the mold. How much weight do I have? Quite a bit. Positive it. That's got to be the shea butter doing that. All them little teeny tiny Swiss cheese holes. So I think what I'm going to do is not use as much shea butter as good as it is, but I can't have little Swiss cheese holes in my soap. Okay, we're doing a hanger swirl. I need to turn this so I can see what I'm doing. Hanger. And thank you, Crystal, for putting the hanger back together for me.
Hasn't always been easy. With Square, I can accept credit cards right on my phone. I just plug in the free reader, swipe the card, and my client signs with their finger. And it's affordable, just 2.75% per swipe. Square helps me get paid to do what I love, even out here. Start accepting credit cards today. Get your free Square card reader at square.com.
As a host of a popular home improvement show, I know a lot about finding
Look at all
a
the
great
holes coming out.
contractor for home repairs and improvement projects. Now there's HomeAdvisor.com, a free service that matches your project to top local service professionals. We didn't have to do any work other than say what we needed.
1, 2, 3, I found my guy, and everything was smooth.
And it's always free to use.
We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com now to get started on your next project.
Wyatt is making a name for himself in Dodge City, but he and his brothers, like other part-time lawmen, must supplement their income. Like many who settle in western towns, they turn to gambling. Some say gambling
Okay.
epitomizes the spirit of the Old West.
Looks like the tape started coming off
When
there.
you came to the West, you were risking life and limb.
So,
You were Indians, and you had no idea what conditions you were going to expect. Did you have food? Did you have water? That was a gamble in itself, and you were risking it. And people
try to
didn't
scrape as much
appreciate
off as I can.
And then when you got to the
But
West,
I don't waste
you were
soap.
gambling.
Gambling takes place in the saloons, and that's where Wyatt spends most of his time. On duty and off.
And his best friends were all what they call the sports. The gambling class in society.
That's probably about as best I can get it.
Wyatt becomes such an expert gambler that he starts earning money as a dealer.
Alrighty. Try to clean this up some, and I gotta go stomp it down a little bit again, because when you do a hanger swirl, it actually puts air in your soap. So,
Wyatt deals the most popular game of the day. It's not poker, as you might expect, but Pharaoh.
thank you, baby.
Size of the opening, so more than one card can slip through.
Alright, so now I can do the top. I had to retape it again.
Remove enough cards to beat the odds.
Since Wyatt ran with the underbelly of the society in these western towns, he knew the habits and the behavior of the outlaw class. He knew when they were about to draw, when they could be intimidated, when they couldn't, when you'd have to fight. Wyatt knew their habits.
You okay, Mom?
Because he was part of that life.
But unlike the outlaws and cowboys,
Once I finish that,
earns
I'm
the
going
respect
home.
of the townspeople.
Oh, okay.
He's revered in Dodge for his fearlessness.
Well, we're gonna
September 1878,
wrap soap like no hot
he was put
tamales.
to the test.
Heat wrap.
A notorious Texas
I'm gonna try to be
gunman
open
named Clay Allison
this weekend. It will be Friday. I do not know what time. I just know it's in the morning sometime.
but he
Be
underestimated
Friday morning at the Route 13 market. And we'll be set up there. We'll have our store open. And that's what we're trying to get ready for. All of the soap wrapping and everything. So in between doing that and everything else, I really just haven't had time. Not even time to myself. I actually took kind of like the day off yesterday just to, even though it was Sabbath, usually I'll watch maybe a soaping video here or there or something, just kind of goof around. But I didn't even do that. I kind of just spent the day with the hubby because I haven't really had time to do that either. That figures. That just, you know, it's lined right up with how things have been going here. You know?
Allison leaves town peacefully. Earth prevails.
He became a sort of indispensable man. He made a name for himself as being able to get the job done. He was serious, he was sober, and he was tough. And this made him very valuable for those
Don't we have some red edible glitter back there? The edible stuff.
Somewhere.
His
Yeah,
keen
can
sense
you-
of right and wrong
for me,
conveys
honey?
assurance that justice will be done. But Earth's about to learn how the law really works in the West. In October 1878, a popular entertainer is found murdered. Wyatt probably knew
My husband told me he doesn't understand how my molds last.
this innocent victim.
Something like this was considered a real crime, any offense against the will.
A manhunt fans out to bring the killer in.
A posse that was deputized
This really looks good enough to eat.
Van Masterson, Charlie
Looks almost like vanilla ice cream.
one of the most legendary posses that ever rode the West.
Wyatt's posse captures the rowdy cowboy who committed the murder and brings him back to face justice.
We're going to top it with red edible glitter.
Non-state jail wall
This time, instead of cosmetic grade glitter,
and set free. It turns out the killer is from a wealthy Texas cattle family. Wyatt believes the family's
I
money
do have iridescent. I might mix a little bit of that in between, but I don't know about that. Because for some reason the iridescent is supposed to like reflect all colors and stuff like that, but every time I put it on a soap, it's looked green. Green or purple. But in this,
Blow-up dolls, which the Nazis invented to combat venereal disease. H2's newest series zigzags through history, skipping the boring parts and heading straight to how sex changed the world. Series premieres Saturday, April 20th at 10 on H2. More to history.
okay, turn this around because I can only see one side.
At ChristianMingle.com, you can join the largest, fastest growing community of Christian singles and find God's match for you, the way we did. Join ChristianMingle.com today. Joining is easy and free.
We now offer phone service as low as $1.70 a month with Magic Jack Plus. That's $19.95 a year. And nothing changes. And now keep your own phone. That's right.
I think I need to do this side again.
Magic Jack Plus at Best Buy. The CLR family of cleaning products has what you need to make quick work of all your messes, from the simplest to the toughest, and gives you back your day. Turn chore time into your time. Make chore day your day with CLR. Take that clogged shower head, dip it in CLR, and done. It's running like new. CLR's patented formula doesn't waste time. Swish CLR in your coffee pot to get rid of hard water deposits, and it looks like new. Half cup in the washer and dishwasher keep them running clean and trouble-free. CLR dissolves crusty calcium and lime buildup on your humidifier filter. A quick wipe has this rusty bike restored. Old-looking patio furniture looks great again. A few scrubs and CLR's patented formula zaps tough rust stains on concrete and stucco fast and gets you back to your day. CLR Bath and Kitchen tackles tough messes. A few quick sprays cuts through stubborn kitchen soil and powers it off with a simple wipe. Whether it's ground-in grime that's built up over time, heavy dulling residue that's left behind, or simple regular cleaning, crusty scum is no match for CLR Bath and Kitchen. It's safe enough to use every day on practically all your surfaces and powers through.
I think it looks pretty. What do you think, Mama?
I think it looks beautiful.
Watch your
Comes
stainless
out really
surfaces
nice.
shine beautifully too with CLR stainless steel cleaner. Dirt and
Glitter?
water spots disappear for a
All right,
squeak-free
she's
shine.
on it today.
You won't have to spend all
Better
day
than I
cleaning.
am. She's on it a lot. Ooh,
Turns your
look.
day into your day fast
It's got a
with
shaker top.
CLR.
Hot dog.
For more cleaning
All
tips and
right.
where to find CLR products,
And this is
visit
red edible glitter.
www.clrbrands.com
It will
/TV4.
melt in your, if I can get it to come out.
Let's
Do I not
talk
have it
truth.
turned on?
When
There we
buying
go.
a car, there is one essential question. What should I
I was gonna say, do I have it turned
The
on?
problem is that pricing information
This
is
way it will melt in your shower when you use your soap, and you won't have to worry about
That's
getting
why
glitter
true cost
all over the place. And I know a lot of people like the glitter. I personally like the glitter. But some people are a little bit more pickier than those of us who like the glitter, and they just do not have glitter all over their body. And
guaranteed savings. Visit
on their face, on their face or anything else. So, what do you think? Did I miss any spots, Mama?
I don't see any.
All right, well, you know what, everybody? We've had fun doing this, even though it did look like I was a little frustrated, but the soap actually is awesome. I will tell you that this is a very large batch, and I only used a half a bottle of this fragrance, and the whole kitchen smells like this fragrance. It's very strong. So I have another, I can make another little soap with that. And join us here tomorrow. I'm just going to wipe these sides down, and tomorrow we're going to open her up and take a look at it, and we'll see you later. Have a great day.